And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, good afternoon. It's time for Make HOAG Money. You guys got your work cut out for you today. This is me, Senior Performance Coach here at Top Step. 40 years of futures industry experience and 31 as an active trader. It's going to be a fun session today. This is the CFTC disclaimer. Everything we do today is for educational purposes only. We are not suggesting the purchase or sale of any product or security here today. You guys are going to come up with the trade ideas to try and make me money. We do know that futures is risky. They are leveraged products. We do run the risk of losing more than our initial investment, and we should only be using risk capital to trade with. Risk capital to me is money I can afford to lose. It's one of the reasons we love Top Step. We're going to be putting that risk capital up for you when you are successful in the trading combine. Past performance is not indicative of future results. And here's the rules for Make HOAG Money. We do expect kindness and respect above everything. There's always differences of opinions in markets. It's what makes them so good. You're going to have a couple of people unable to talk today, only from the Zoom side. But we're all going to be involved in the decision making. And of course, if you have a trade idea, context is always going to be helpful in that decision making. Where are we here? All right. So we're going to use the chat rooms to discuss trades. We're going to focus on the MES for opportunities. We're not going to trade just to trade. We're not taking losing trades, which is, of course, meant to be a joke. We know that there are going to be losses in trading. We have to accept them and move on. And feedback is always vital. If you have feedback about Make HOAG Money, email me, jhoagland@topstep.com. Here's the platform. And you guys got a lot of work to do here. You got to figure out how we're going to make some money today. What are we thinking? Here's the daily. It was a buy the rumors, sell the news event, if you will. Don't want to move that. So here we are. We're right pretty much in the middle of the range. Here's the profile. Here's the 30-minute chart. Futures fighters, there you go. My futures fighter family. And so, the market kept driving up, fell off. The Fed released the numbers. They didn't change rates. And buy the rumor, sell the news kind of is what happened after that. What do we do now? Anybody want to chat? Let me know. All right. We had Greg wants to chat here. Let's see what's going on. Joe, awesome. Where's Joe? There's Joe. Joe's going to chat too. What's happening?
I'm all right.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Let's look at the charts. We do have a 830 TPO level that was respected on Tuesday, which we had a nice reaction from around 43.83.
The late spike.
That would be 7:30 your time.
The late spike.
Oh, just the late spike. Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd get a move down to weekly kickoff high, which is 43.71.
It's possible. We just passed today's value area low.
Yep.
At 44.09. Okay, so now we're heading for the PLC 44.28. That seemed like a good target. This uptrend seems very strong. We just got to break a structure on the 1 minute at 44.1875. and we have an EMA low of 44.10. We could jump in on a pullback and take it to the PLC for today.
So you like a
So
pull
we're
back down to 44.10?
in that area. We have the higher initial balance at 44.14 for today. Initial balance high for today is 44.14.
The initial balance high.
Yeah.
44.
IB high.
44.31. Are you trading June?
I'm on September, but I'm on ES. I'm on ESU.
Well, it's the same thing.
How come your numbers are different? Let me double check mine. Let me see if my time is right. Hold on. Let me double check my time.
Here's the
Yeah.
44.31 is the IB high.
What? Wait, let me zoom out. Oh. I'm so sorry. You're correct. So my apologies. 44.13 is the IB low. 44.14. My apologies.
IB low, yes.
Yeah, 44.13.50. Yeah. My bad. All right. Man, price is getting legs. We might not be able to get in.
It happens.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Buy the rumor, sell the news. We sold the news, but it looks like the buying has come back, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You got here. So Delta is now positive 1,300. That's not going to help us much. Point of control, TPO point of control is right where we are now.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Volatility, man.
Yeah, man, everybody's jumping in. Yeah, because he's talking right now as we speak.
Yeah, he may be done now, but is he still talking? Yeah, he's still talking.
Still talking. I think he started late because he's supposed to come out 1:30, 2:30 our time, but he came out about 47.
He says the Fed will not finance U.S. debt. We're on an unsustainable fiscal path.
Uh-oh. So that's bad for the SoFis and the upstarts and the Visas.
Hello, Greg. Hello, Hoag.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Joe, I'm sorry.
I am doing great.
Good.
Joe, your name is Liquidity Man, all right?
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to me to show my screen, I will give a quick liquidity picture.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, definitely. See where they're hiding.
See, I've got a share, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Get the right screen up here, Joe.
You think we should fade this? We should fade up here, Mr. Ho? How you feeling?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Buy area high is 44.35. We're at the PLC right now.
Yeah.
44.28.50.
Look at all those green bubbles.
So you got my screen?
Yep.
That's champagne.
Just quickly here, it's always nice to see a picture before news, especially something as important as FOMC.
Uh-huh.
This here is 10 minutes. All this liquidity here is 10 minutes before the announcement.
Uh-huh.
All this black area, see how they just pull the liquidity?
Just pull everything out.
That's why it's just crazy to trade, in my opinion. It's crazy to trade these announcements because there's just no liquidity. It's purely a crapshoot.
Yep.
Even when you're right on the news, it can go one way and then the other.
Yep.
Now, what's interesting also is, see how there's no liquidity here? That's because he's speaking.
Sure.
No one wants to make a commitment when he's speaking. Now I'm going to zero in here a little bit. Now you see we're
starting to come
right
in.
About my time, 2:45. liquidity's starting to come in. So now people are starting to make some bets. Okay.
What about right now?
Now, I'll get to that. Now, here's the consolidation we had after the announcement, and look at the positive deltas. Those are the green bubbles.
Yeah.
It dominated this move up. Short covering, who knows? Okay, and we went right to and consolidated around regular trading hours, yesterday's point of control, and this level here, 30D, is a 30-day point of control. And what's covered up here, which is interesting, is the 5-day point of control. So we magnetized right back to this point, long-term point of control and short-term point of control. And what I see significant about that is maybe it's just short covering, but we tend to, the last week or so, we've tended to want to accept a bullish bias.
Yep.
Now I'm going to zero in. Greg wanted to know where the liquidity is. Here we are right here, this big red, we bounced off this big red area up here, and that has almost 300 contracts, almost 350, 375 contracts in those two levels. Okay, and it's starting to fill in down here on the bid side. So anyway, you can pull it if you want. I'll leave it up, whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, we'll go back
You
to
the boss.
We'll go back to the screen here for a second. Okay, here we are. We're short already right now.
Oh, you sneaky son of a gun.
Yeah, I shorted at 44.26. I've taken basically all the risk off it. My risk was originally above that 30 level that Joe was showing us where the liquidity was.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just kind of holding here. We're kind of bouncing off of VWAP as support, as Jason has pointed out on the YouTube side. But we're gonna just see what happens here for a little bit.
We just went through a big liquidity level at 18.
On the downside.
It wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And it traded. They didn't pull it, they traded.
Okay.
And we got liquidity levels right here where it's trading to.
All right. So we pulled back all the way to point of control. Now we're coming off pretty good here. Where do I get out of this, Joe?
Buy area low. 44.09.
Well, that would just be too logical, wouldn't it?
You're smart, right?
I don't know. I would stay with it.
Yeah, we're gonna stick for a little bit here. Yeah, a
You
little
think we're coming down
choppy.
more?
A little choppy here at
A
VWAP.
big liquidity level 15. 150 contracts in the books.
While Joe was talking, Mr. Hoag, what say to go short? Like, what was the trigger to say I'm jumping in?
Well, there were a couple of things. I'm watching what Powell is saying.
Okay.
And he said a couple of things. Number one, about the U.S. economy and that we're on an unsustainable path.
Right. That's certainty.
He said not a single person in the FOMC wrote down a rate cut this year. So he's talking about a couple of years out for rate cuts.
Encrypting speaking. Okay. No problem.
10 and a half. Trading. Still trading.
NASDAQ went to near the high of the day, and the ES went to the POC.
Yep.
Can't make this up.
So
Traded out liquidity.
I'm kind of liking Greg's idea of value low, so we're out. Made almost 20 points on that.
Beautiful. Close your screens, everybody.
So we're
Over
gonna
1,000 contracts traded at 10.
nice. Do we try and weasel our way back into a short here? I mean,
But the thing is, it's calculating the pullback.
uh-huh.
You know.
Now here's value
This has
low.
got tremendous negative momentum on the delta side.
So we'll see if we get a pullback here and try another short.
I would short at 15, 16. If you don't want to be picky, 14.
We just broke through the IB low.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was at
Now,
13.
Yeah, 13. Now, what's our TPO charts in terms of our single prints and where would interest be?
Well,
we are on the
well, our single prints are at the very extreme. We got excess up here and we got excess at the low, but there's no other single ticks in this profile. It's coming into a normal variation day.
Right. You just got a quick rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working an offer at 14 on Joe's pullback level here.
See, Mr. Hogan told me about the value area low.
Yep.
There's a micro low value.
And that's also, I'm sorry.
Joe, what was that?
There's a micro low value node right here at 12 that basically goes, all the way from the beginning of this big move, obviously.
And that's
We
half
didn't
back.
get an auction for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. And that's half back.
I don't know.
The daily pivot for yesterday is 44.725. This spot might hold.
Had to F-bomb it.
700 contracts at 850, another 300, another 300. Boy, a lot of volume down here.
Mm-hmm.
Big liquidity came in 404 to 406. See if they're real.
Powell is still speaking.
That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says, I do expect there will be losses in commercial real estate. You think?
Oh, if you were trading for real instead of make HOAG money,
Mm-hmm.
would you be trading now?
Most of the time, no. No. I did catch, a piece of this breakout to the downside after the number because I was kind of anticipating a buy the rumor, sell the news effect.
Mm.
So that was good. And then I'm done. I'm going on vacation tomorrow. The last thing I want to do is get smushed today.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why you closed the screen. That's why you was late today, Mr. Ho.
Well,
Waiting for you.
Was I late? Was I late? Maybe a minute?
No, not really. I'll play with you, Mr. Ho. Don't worry about it. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you.
Did I take standard deviation of VWAP on the short that I took before? No. I was looking at really the kind of the point of control here. I was hoping we weren't going to be able to maintain much meaningful price action above there, which we weren't. But here's that.
Really working now.
Yeah. You're starting to get the blood back in the liquidity here, huh?
Yeah, and when the liquidity gets pretty close to price on both sides, that's a sign the algos are busy.
All right, Powell's done now. The press conference is over.
The cat's away. Now the mice could play. Man. Now let's be snipers. All right. So where are we right now?
We're at half back, Greg. Half back. Right at it.
Yeah, half back.
Right
Half
at it.
flag. Yeah.
So where do we put our stop, Joe? Where's the next liquidity level above?
Are you short?
We are now at 14.
Oh, 14? Okay, I was just gonna tell you, I changed my mind. But,
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Hall, I don't
Based
like
on what I'm seeing.
All right, well,
See,
we're
I
flat
look at a
again.
narrow level.
We're flat
I look
again,
at a
Joe.
narrow- What's that?
We're flat
I
again.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Joe. Because let's think on the positive side. We're in an area of cheapness.
An area of cheapness.
Yeah. I really like this area for buyers to come in. Oh, we're at buyer area low from yesterday, Mr. Hall. At 44.08.
If you show the screen, Hoag, I'll show you
Yeah,
why.
let's see.
I changed my mind.
Okay. Well, let's
You can
see.
Take it away fast.
Show everybody.
Show everyone.
Okay, you see it? Okay,
No,
we're
not yet.
over here.
Not yet.
Okay.
You gotta see. You gotta share.
Oh, I gotta share. That's right too. Nice if I get your screen up instead of mine. Okay. All right, we put this low in here. High or low,
Yep.
tested this level here. This is very, very nano, which I know you don't look at, but I do. And we put in another high and low right here with pretty good volume,
Mm-hmm.
almost 400 contracts, which to me, with this kind of structure, means possible absorption. And then we take out this level right here, with this one right here, we pull back, test this level again. So it just gives me a feeling we're gonna.
Yeah, we're putting in higher
lucky.
lows and higher highs.
Exactly, on a nano level, exactly. I'm looking at a 1 minute, these intervals are 1 minute, so.
Right.
Okay, and this is how I get in and get out. And I'm not but anyway, I use a nano level to read my entries and my exits.
So look at it.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like I might have, if I got in here, say 9 or 10, okay, my stop is 2 ticks under this here.
Sure.
5.
Yeah, Captain Price is saying basically it's kind of two-way action here. And by looking at your book map, you see, this is the algos on both sides of the market, right?
Right here, exactly.
Yeah.
When things get close together like this, the algos are very, very active. Some of these guys up here, or gals, might be just, it might be spoofing to scare us into selling. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to push us down, and the same people that are up here might be right here. And they're pushing us down to buy.
To buy it, right.
And then they scale as it goes. Yeah. So there's still spoofing in the market.
Always. You got to play the game.
Yeah. So anyway, take whatever screen you want. Fine.
Well, we'll leave this on for now.
Yeah, okay.
Joe, did I send you an email the other day?
If you sent it to Bluebird 165 at Comcast, I didn't get it, either that. Oh, did you send me today, you mean, on coaching?
Was that just today? Jeez. Yeah, it was today.
Yeah, I got a whole series of them. You probably saw my post in the morning meeting. I was wondering how to find coaching. I really have a hard time with your website. I really do.
Huh.
I can't find anything on it. It's probably me, but.
Joe. I sent it to. Well, I don't want to.
That's all right.
No, I sent it to Comcast.net. Maybe I sent
No.
it. Maybe I sent it to the wrong email.
No, Comcast is correct. Not my name, Comcast. but,
Okay.
yeah, it's Bluebird.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll resend you this.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
It's about, kind of joining us for an hour exhibition of the Bookmap.
Okay.
And of course, there's no commitment. I mean, you don't want to. I get it.
There are better people.
Well,
I am such a rookie. I'm a rookie trader and I'm a rookie Bookmap person, but I'd be happy to do whatever I can.
we appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah.
So I got a question here. It was Real Deal Trader was asking to explain the reason for the short that we made almost 20 points on. So, Joe, I'm going to take the screen back
You got it.
and talk a little bit about the reason we took it, or the reason I took it. Okay, so the announcement comes out. The market tanks. It was actually should have been friendly, right? Because they didn't raise rates. That's what was expected. And looking at the daily chart here, that's what people have been betting on. And the assumption for speculators, I would say, was probably if they don't do anything with rates, that's going to be good for stocks, and stocks are going to continue to move higher. So, was it Real Deal Trader? Real Deal? Yeah, Real Deal Trader. There's a, I don't know if it's a phenomenon or whatever it is, but there's an old saying from the grain floor that you want to buy the rumor and then sell the news. So the rumor was they were going to be holding rates. When the news came out, all of the traders that were holding long positions into that release, they were all already long. There was nobody left to buy it. So when that happens, you used to be able to hear it in the pit. There would be a vacuum of no sound. And then everybody would go, "Oh no." and they would all just start trying to sell so that they didn't lose all their money. So that's kind of what I was thinking was likely to happen today if the news came out as expected. Now, I was looking at one website that said they'd actually cut rates by 25 basis points. It turned out to be wrong. As soon as that came out and we started making new lows, that was, okay, this is a buy the rumor, sell the news event. So, I made some money on the short on the way down. The trade we took, price was up here. Price had come all the way back up to the point of control, the TPO point of control and the volume point of control, and wasn't able to take out any really of the pre-release information, right? I mean, here's before the release comes out, it tanks, comes all the way back up to that level. And I was looking to see if we really weren't going to be able to hold any meaningful participation above this level. Then I'm looking at Financial Juice and seeing a couple of the things that Chairman Powell was saying, and it just looked scary to me. So we took a small amount of risk to try and get a move back to the downside. Greg said, let's get out point of control or a value area low. We got pretty close to it. That's close enough for me, so we got out of the short. Now look at where we are. Look what we're doing. Came all the way back up to here, and now we're starting to maybe get another look at value area low. Do we want to think about an execution there?
But if you execute there, where we take it to the low of the day?
No, I'm not talking about a short. I'm talking about a long.
Oh, okay.
Here we are. We're in value now. We were in value
A good
before.
location for a stop.
Correct. I agree because I did tell you to clip the trade because you don't want to go short no more. And we are testing it a second time
Right.
since we got here again.
So, Joe, what's your idea for a stop?
Well, my stops are a lot closer than yours, but my stop would be right here to the left, which is going to be, I'm going to say 05 would be my stop.
05 would be your stop. So
Yeah.
we have the low of L period here at 0405. 0475?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, 0475. I think there's probably going to be some stops below that level. This is where I would probably look to get in. Now that also kind of complicates the risk parameters because this is all just open space down here.
Yeah. It is.
So Amanda, yeah, when I say no one is left to buy, yes, it is because the anticipation has been that there would be no rate hike this time. The anticipation got everybody long. And when it came out, they all looked around and said, well, why isn't this thing going higher? Oh no, we'd better run for the hills. And that's when we get the big drive to the downside. Now that a lot of that shorter time frame inventory has now been reconciled. We're centering around the halfway mark of the day today. We've looked above, we looked below, we looked back above, we're looking back below. So we've evened out a lot of the inventory. What are people going to do now? You know, the liquidity is starting to come back. On the dome, you know, we're seeing a couple of hundred. This is the S&Ps. We're seeing 100. Before now, we were seeing double digit numbers. So it's starting to come back. People are calming down. So if people
I just had a tick extreme at 330. See, that's what I look for. If I'm going long, I'm looking for that signal.
Tick extreme
on my internals. Yeah.
Okay.
On my
Got it.
$sign NYSE. You know.
Understood. Okay, and that tick extreme was what?
That was at 330. That was 10. That was
Okay.
10, and the way I would do it is put a stop in at 7. Below 2 ticks below 7. That's the way. That's my style.
10. Stop below 7.
Yeah. 2 ticks below 7.
Okay. Now, if we were looking to catch value low, we didn't get there.
No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
Not in M
Low
period.
and value low is right here at 0750, is it not?
You
Yeah.
just missed about a few points.
Yeah, we got TPO value low and volume value low very close, but I've got it down around 4407, 4406
Yeah.
down here. So in M period, we missed it. L period, we got there.
Yeah. Now, if we put in a high or low here on a nano basis, then I'd like a stop at 9.
Mr. Hogue, the TPO value area is 4428, right? We're on the same place as the volume point of control. They're in the same place, right?
TPO value high?
No. Just the TPO POC.
Oh, it's right here. 4427.
Okay, all right.
Ish.
Good.
I can see it better on this platform here. So there it is. 2675.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
And then the volume point of control is here.
They're about the same place. All right.
Yep. Now, I mean, look at all the activity we've had down here. Tell me, how is it that we have not been able to move the volume point of control lower?
Big positive deltas trading right here.
In order to move it lower, we have to trade at lower levels, right?
Yes, and we are. I mean, but we got to spend a little more time down there, I guess.
I spend more time. So that
Thousand
shows,
volume.
that shows you that we're rejecting lower pricing, even though prices fluctuating a lot, which shows right there.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, what the market is telling me is it is attempting to normalize and return back to a value area where two-sided trade can occur.
So if that's the case, then it looks like it's done for the day, based on that ideology.
Yeah, I would say, I'm certainly done for the day. We had a pretty decent trade here in Make HOAG Money, and I don't want to risk a lot on our next opportunity, but I want it to be a good, legitimate, small risk trade. Right where we are now, we're not there.
We're not there. Now we're whipsawing. There's no real interest right now.
Right.
Take a peek on the 1 minute.
Oh, you and this 1 minute chart, you're going to give me a heart attack.
It's just for visualization. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see that we're just bouncing around, losing volume. That's all.
Yeah.
Just more visualization. Got a symmetrical wedge.
Yeah.
Making lower lows and higher lows.
Yeah, I was just going to put that on there.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I was saying. Yeah, just to give us some visualization. Unless you're gonna wait for a break to either side, and the more time you wait, the closer we get to 4. So,
bam, bam,
bam, bam. Thank you, man. See that you still here, right? Come on, Mr. Ho, don't do that to us.
What?
Nah, he was getting nervous from the 1 minute. That's all.
No,
I'm just teasing you.
No,
I'm just teasing you.
My heart can't take the 1 minute chart.
So we got the long-term trend. So now we can go back on the 5 now. If that makes things better. Now we know our breaks. Oh, it's not going to show the lines? Oh, the line's not going to show. Okay.
Yeah, just here and here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the opening range showing here? This is goofy.
Yeah, I would agree that we're probably done for the day. But buyers are still in here at this level.
But I think these are laggards, Mr. Joe.
A lot of liquidity, 19 to 22. Yeah. A lot of liquidity. I mean, we're right at the 5-day point of control and yesterday's point of control.
Yeah, the market...
We're spinning right around that.
Yeah, the market just seems to be normalizing, right? If there's such a thing as a normal market.
Yeah.
So I think the fireworks are pretty much over.
Yeah. He's smelling the smoke.
And so I got a little bit more cash to go party in Florida.
As you deserve, Mr. Hoag. A nice
we're gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you guys, man. I gotta tell you, it's hard for me to step away, but it's so important to. We got JD who's going to be doing the prep. We won't have any more Make HOAG Money or any group coaching until I get back on Wednesday, or reflections. But the following Monday, Top Step TV is going to start. So
awesome.
We'll have some fun. Dr. VJ, I'm going to Naples. Never been to Naples. I've been a lot of places in Florida, but I've never been to Naples. So we're going to Naples.
Oh, in terms of my coming on, just as a suggestion, Top Step has some real pros that I'm sure with your audience would love to introduce their product.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a gentleman named Bruce. I think he's one of the principals that comes on YouTube at 10 o'clock every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and talks order flow, shows how to read order flow.
Is he with Bookmap?
Yeah, he's with Bookmap.
Oh, okay.
Now there's another guy that's a volunteer that comes on at 11:30 that I haven't copied his style, but I've integrated his style with my ticket stream style. Okay, and he comes on at 11:30, and he's fabulous,
Okay.
absolutely fabulous. Now he has his approach and so forth, but it's a great introduction. What I like about him is that he integrates the profile on a short-term basis,
Okay.
which is also very helpful. You know, when you see these intraday distributions, they can really assist you in finding a location for a trade.
Sure.
And he uses a lot of that along with the, he uses the real Bookmap, so he has the icebergs
Sure.
and the stop indicator, which he gets from, it's the information you get from the CME, and it's very, very helpful because the stop indicator can show you exhaustion.
Sure.
For instance, if I get a signal on my tick indicator, I go and I can see. If I had that ability, which I don't, you can see exhaustion on the stop runs. And so anyway, bottom line is they have some real pros on there that would give a better introduction to me.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
I'm not
that,
saying
Joe.
I won't do it, but with your audience and so forth, I'm sure they'd love to come on.
Yeah, and if Bruce is a principal of Bookmap, I'm sure he'd take the opportunity to sell the hell out of it, right?
Absolutely. But it's worth going on YouTube for anyone that's interested. He's on at 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern, on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And then Bruce B, that comes on at 11:30 every day.
Okay. Yeah, I know we have a relationship there, so maybe that's a good idea. But, Joe, it doesn't mean we don't appreciate what you're showing us and your knowledge.
Oh, I know that. Thank you.
Take a deep breath, Mr. Hoag. Good job.
And we're going to test that overnight low, value area low again, looks like, maybe. Have we had we haven't had the MOC yet. That's coming up in 6 minutes.
You're starting to see some hints of imbalances, 840 million to the buy side. I haven't been able to figure out how to take advantage of this.
Mr. Hoag, quick question. You remember that file you gave us for the template? How do you upload it?
The file?
Yeah, the template that you emailed.
For the Tradeovate?
Yeah.
So you go here, import from file.
Okay.
So you click on that, and
okay.
The files.
Import from file. Okay, I see it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet.
The algos have gone. It might be interesting for everyone to watch the Bookmap when we get the MOC at 250.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because sometimes you get it's like a news event. Sometimes you get nothing, but sometimes you get an interesting move.
Yeah, put it up. Let's watch it.
Sometimes liquidity will pull right before it too, just like it does on a news event.
Yeah, share it for us, Joe.
All right, let me bring you up.
I think we're probably done taking trades. So
And you can always pull me anytime you want. You don't have to ask, just do it. Okay, I'm gonna scrunch it up here just to give you.
a little more context.
Quick question before you go. 2 seconds. While you're saying what you're saying, could we see how and why using the book maps on where the volume went dry?
Yeah, because all of the, well, you can explain it better than I can, Hold, but what these, what this liquidity, let me back up. See this red stuff up here?
Right.
My computer's slow. That's showing what's in the book, limit orders in the book. Okay, and then over here, this is the order book here. Okay, current order book, CLB, and you can see at every level how many limit orders are for sale and how many are on the bid side. This is the offering side, this is the bid side. Okay, and I'm gonna zero in here a little bit. Okay, we got some liquidity down here. It's 44.05. I can go over here if I want, or I can just depend on the color, which is what I usually do. And you can see there's 180, 190 contracts in the book that become market orders, right, Ho?
No, if they're limit orders, market orders have to hit them in order for them to get filled.
Yes. Yeah. That answer your question, Greg?
So
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So here,
Maybe Ho can
Here.
add something to that.
I'm gonna request remote control. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
I'm slow, so.
that's all
It's all
right.
right. It's all right. Be patient. We traders, man. We got patience.
Okay. So I'm gonna squish it a little bit more. So this is 1 o'clock. This was
Okay.
the liquidity before the release came out. As the release comes out, you can see it in a dome. You go from 100 to 200 on each bid and offer to 10 or 20 on each bid and offer. So the liquidity on both sides of the market dries up. So the market, so it comes out. Here's what is this? 112. Joe, is this 112 Central?
That's right. No, that's Eastern.
Eastern. So that's 112 Eastern. It's 2 o'clock then Eastern when it comes out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
So you're at 158 right now.
Okay, so you can see the liquidity's drying up even before, for an hour before, and it's gone when it comes out.
All that black space.
All this is just no liquidity. Right?
Right.
So, the market just kind of flies around. You got some pretty decent, some volume bubbles here. You get some more volume bubbles here, but the market, now finally we're starting to see some of the liquidity come back in. And where are we here? Okay, so here we're watching the MOC here, right?
Right.
We got about less than a minute here, right?
It's going to come, yeah, right now.
Right here.
2 seconds.
There it is.
What happened just now?
The MOC.
Oh, next number.
Yeah.
And we thought we was gonna go long. See? Good thing we stay put.
Right? This late in the day?
Still more news. Goodness. What a day.
So, Greg, do you understand what we mean by orders in the book?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, equals liquidity.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 300 million on the sell side. So that good push to the downside was.
Put your cursor over the bubble, some of those bubbles. See volume 600, 700, 577
Mm-hmm.
on that
Bubble alone.
On that bubble alone, and so each one will show you the bubble. There's H67 at 475 and so forth. And the algos are starting to get active again because above and below price liquidity is really jammed in there.
And I'm going to give you the control back here before I start making trades in your account.
Quick question, Mr. Holt, for Make Hope Money. If we were to have a topic on how to use a dome during economic releases or reviewing the information, is that possible to do?
Yeah, sure. I find that during economic releases, the best way to use the dome is to close it.
No, agreed. Yeah, that's why I said it in a certain way. But it's good to understand how the market is reacting. I think that's valuable for everyone.
Yeah.
To know why not to do it instead of being told not to do it.
Well, I mean, you're looking at a dome. You know, most of the time, price slides off the dome before you even get a chance to react.
Okay, and that's what you're seeing visually here. This replicates the dome, Greg.
Okay.
Visually, it's a visualization of the dome.
Mm-hmm.
The dome, and what HOAG was describing, how the liquidity dried up before the announcement. That's because Greg had 200 contracts in there 10 minutes before the announcement and said, "Oh, I forgot about the announcement. I better pull my order."
Mm-hmm.
So you pull your order out of the book, and that shows up visually here on Bookmap. And it shows up over here on this middle column under current order book. This is the same as a dome right here.
Right. And you can see how price is right in between both the offers and the bids. That creates the balance.
And I can see the number of contracts that are in the book. These are buy orders. These are sell orders.
So I'm gonna take the screen here for just a minute here, Joe.
All right.
Go for it.
Here we go. All right. So this is the NASDAQ dome. It's very thin. You know, single digits. So think about trying to manage a position in a dome where price is 2 feet outside of the current view that you see here. Because the NASDAQ does that a lot. It'll just disappear. So if you're looking at like Trade-Evate, you'd have to say go to last. Go to last. That'll bring price back in your view.
Right.
You know, on this dome, all I have to do is click on the center line here, and it'll center price. But you know, as we get closer to the close here, you're going to see probably the price just fly off the dome, and you're like, well, where is it? Where is it? Mm-hmm. You know, if I'm going to place an order. Okay, you know, price is sliding off the dome. Okay, how do I place a bid? Well, I have to center it and then scroll it down. You know, when volatile periods, it's difficult to trade on a dome. There it goes. Goodbye. See ya.
Mm-hmm. It disappeared, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to center it. Then it'll disappear again.
Right,
there it goes. Oh, center it.
That's very dangerous, especially when you want to manage a position.
Right. But
somebody didn't buy it.
You know, you can always, you know, buy market, sell market.
Yeah, it doesn't pay to be a laggard right now. You missed out on the party. Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Prepare for tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's okay to be, as long as you could be able to play. They took your ball, but you still got the gym.
Well,
And there are traders that are very successful trading off the dome.
oh yeah.
Very successful.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you were to put your screen sideways, that's going to do a lot more to keep price in your dome, so you can see where it is. And then you can always center it. You see how the price is off the dome here? Go to last.
Going to last.
And then on this platform, all I have to do is click on the price ladder in the middle, and it centers it.
And also, it's towards the end of the day, so now it makes sense for the volume to be thin.
Well, the Nasdaq is very thin, no matter what. It's just not a very thick market. Dr. VJ, glad you had a good day. So, all right, I am going to go pack
Mr. Ho, get out of here.
and get ready
Thank
for my little vacation. Looking forward to it. I'll be thinking about you. Trying not to think about the markets though. I hope you all trade well. Hope things go well. Joe,
Get your sunscreen. Drink your water.
yeah, I don't do the sun very well. My sunscreen's SPF factor is 80 proof.
Oh no. Then get the umbrella then.
Hey, Hoag, before you go, you don't know how much we all appreciate what you do for us. So have a good vacation.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. It's very nice of you to say, and I appreciate you.
Definitely.
All right.
Personal coach, man.
All right. Trade well, everybody. I'll
Have
talk.
a well, Mr. Holt.
Talk to you
Next
on
week.
Wednesday. Joe, Greg, thanks for hanging out.
Yes.
Thank you all for hanging out with me today, and we'll see you in a week.
Yes,
Thank
man. Enjoy.